A double-edged storm system impacting the area with some moderate to heavy rain. We'll talk about the timing of that coming up.
Wet weather continues in the DMV.
The ground is already saturated. It's going to get even more wet. There's a heightened risk of danger for trees falling.
We're tracking the latest conditions.
Reaction pouring in after the death of Virginia Representative Jerry Connelly. How his colleagues are remembering him.
Also, grabbing a grocery price check ahead of your holiday weekend. Where you can save the most, we're helping you stretch your dollar.
Growing concern in Montgomery County after several car break-ins. Why neighbors in Chevy Chase are speaking out.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Tosin Fakile. It is a DMV First Warn Day. We're going to send you outside right now with a live look outside as we prepare for more rain coming into our region. This live shot courtesy photojournalist Jack Barbash. You're seeing just how high those water levels are right through the fence, almost halfway through the grass. That is just how much rain that we are dealing with today.
And Tosin, we have team coverage today. DC News Now's Randy Bass tracking conditions around the region. We're going to hear from her in just a minute, but first, let's head over to meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, how are things looking for the rest of the day?
Actually, guys, this is the way it's shaping up right now. We're in a little bit of a lull, as I mentioned at the noon show, but rain is headed back into the forecast DMV area as we go throughout the late afternoon and evening period. So we still have the flood watches. Nothing has changed here since the noon hour, with the National Weather Service keeping both Garrett County, Allegheny County, and parts of West Virginia under this flood watch, as well as parts of the Blue Ridge Mountains, areas that got targeted for some very heavy rain. Right now, locally, we have an easterly wind. We have a bit of some drizzle out there, as you can see. I mean, this is supposed to be Roslyn in the background, not really seeing too much of it at this point in time, and it's just cool. It's a raw day, 58 degrees, and we're seeing that type of weather scenario unfold across the entire viewing DMV. But this is what we're looking at as we go throughout the next couple of hours. This moisture that's coming in from West Virginia is starting to move now into Garrett County. That is what is going to overspread part of the area, and our future radar picks up on that over the next 2 hours, moving across places like Kaiser and Cumberland along Interstate 68 as one of those major roads being impacted by this rain. Notice here around the Beltway, not too much action at that particular moment in time, but we'll get into the act here as we go throughout the overnight. We'll talk more about the rain, the timing of it with a little longer future cast. That's all coming up in just a bit.
All right, Scott, thank you. As we track your forecast around the region, let's check in with DC News Now's Randy Bass.
Yeah, she's in Northwest DC, where we saw some weather-related impacts earlier today. Randy, what are things looking at where you are right now?
Yes, right now we are on the bridge between Georgetown and the Embassy Row area of Northwest DC. Very chilly, very breezy, but only a light drizzle to speak of right now. Nothing intense as you head home from work and school today. Though you do need to be weather aware as you head out on the roads this evening. Could definitely see some ponding on the roadways and the potential for toppled trees. Northbound I-95 in Stafford, Virginia closed for almost 2 hours today after a tractor-trailer crash during the slick morning commute. The road has since reopened. In Maryland, Pepco crews on scene replacing power poles after a downed tree took out lines along Connecticut Avenue near East-West Highway. Traffic moved slow through that area throughout the morning. Take a look at this scene not far away along Broadbrook Road in Northwest DC. A large tree down with Pepco crews on scene to help untangle a mess of power lines. This along the western edge of Rock Creek Park in Chevy Chase. Christiana Hansen is a park ranger with the National Park Service. She says it's important to stay weather aware when walking, biking, and driving through wooded areas with wet weather in the forecast this week.
When the ground gets wet and saturated, tree roots get loose, and entire trees can just come down. The ground is already saturated. It's going to get even more wet. There's a heightened risk of danger for trees falling, the ground moving. It's already been loosened up with the recent flood.
just heard from the Park Service there. Heed that warning as you go out and about throughout your evening and into the overnight hours tonight. Those slick conditions could persist over the next several hours as we start to see more rain move into the area. In Northwest DC, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. And you can get the latest updates on the forecast through the DC News Now weather app, including alerts right down to your own neighborhood. It's free to download in the App Store. You can also get updates on our website, dcnewsnow.com.
Developing now in Montgomery County, a Rockville man has been arrested for allegedly recording a woman inside a fitting room. Police say 31-year-old Javier Morales used his cell phone to record a woman trying on clothes in an opposite fitting room. It happened at Montgomery Mall in Bethesda. Morales faces peeping Tom charges. He has since been released on bond.
Developing now in the district, police are searching for 3 suspects connected to Tuesday's deadly shooting. It happened next to a track meet with dozens of elementary school students nearby. One man died at the scene. Police have not released his identity. Kids we spoke to say are reacting to what they saw and heard.
It was like a flare gun went off, but once it went off more than twice, we knew that was something else.
You ever heard anything like that?
No, it was something out of this world.
Police say the man killed is not believed to have been involved in the track meet. Well, in the district, neighbors in Navyyard are pushing for an earlier youth curfew.
After a massive group of young people caused chaos over the weekend, and this wasn't the first time.
DC News Now's Marielle Carbone live in Navyyard. Marielle, you spoke to the neighborhood leaders today. What are they saying?
I mean, neighbors are really at a loss. They are fed up. And while meeting yesterday to discuss how to stop some of this chaos, a teen was shot and killed just blocks away from that meeting. They say something has to be done.
Explain what is going on down here when you are caught up in it and when you see the activity and when you see 200 people rushing towards you and the police trying to escort them out of the neighborhood.
But that's happening more and more often here in Navyyard.
This is twice within the past 3 weeks.
Saturday, a group of teens taking over this park, creating disorder and committing at least 2 robberies. Police arrested 3 juveniles. Just a few weeks earlier, this video captured a similar scene.
I heard it was a lot of teens out here doing a lot of wild things.
Reese Buckner lives nearby.
Maybe we need to enforce curfew earlier in this area.
It's an idea the Advisory Neighborhood Commission wants council to consider.
Where are the parents, your 10-year-old, your 11-year-olds out on the streets of a major city at 11 p.m. and you don't know where they are?
Commissioner Edward Daniels says the ANC is proposing an 8 p.m. curfew in Navyyard for juveniles. He understands there are some challenges.
We also have a lot of officers that say that it's hard to enforce that or to quote unquote, round up the bad apples.
In a statement, Police Chief Pamela Smith says, "We want our young people to enjoy everything the city has to offer. However, we will not tolerate criminal behavior that puts others at risk."
It's just frustrating because it just keeps happening and happening, and the kids are basically getting a slap on the wrist.
And I did reach out to Police Chief Pamela Smith. Her office tells me that she's currently working on plans to address some of these issues with juveniles here in the district. We're expecting to hear more on those plans in the coming days ahead of Memorial Day weekend. Reporting in Navyyard, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Marielle. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says that he has accepted a Qatar jet for President Trump to use as Air Force One. The Pentagon spokesperson says the department will work to ensure proper security measures are taken. It comes after lawmakers on both sides of the aisle voiced concern over the gifted jet. President Trump spoke on the gift today in the Oval Office.
For you to go into a subject about a jet that was given to the United States Air Force, which is a very nice thing, they also gave $5.1 trillion worth of investment in addition to the jet.
Well, the plane, which is one of the largest foreign gifts ever accepted by a U.S. president. Some sad news to report tonight. Virginia Congressman Jerry Connelly has died after a battle with esophageal cancer.
And DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live in the studio. Daniel, how are family and friends remembering Congressman Connelly?
Well, Tosin and Mark, of course, everyone is saddened. His family released a statement this afternoon saying, quote, his absence will leave a hole in our hearts, but we are proud that his life's work will endure for future generations. We thank you for your love of Jerry and know he loved you all so much.
This is the future.
Congressman Jerry Connelly has been a fixture in Fairfax County since he was first elected to the Board of Supervisors in 1995.
He was one of a kind, and there will never be one like him.
On the board and after being elected chairman in 2003, he helped transform Tyson's Corner by pushing for transportation investment to help the Silver Line, which opened in 2014 and was extended to Dulles Airport in 2022.
1, 2, 3, Silver!
He served more than 16 years in Congress, first elected in 2008. His former chief of staff and current Fairfax County supervisor, James Walkinshaw, says Connelly fought for people without a voice.
He fought for people in our community who are unhoused, people who are impoverished, people who are struggling with mental illness or addiction. He was their voice and their champion throughout his career.
He was the king of Fairfax.
Fairfax County Democratic Committee Chair Aaron Yohai says Connelly set the county up for success.
He was larger than life. He always had something that he could say to bring a smile to your face. He was extremely affable and had a great interest in local matters and in individuals.
His legacy is bipartisan. Republican Congressman Brett Guthrie saying this about Connelly's role as former president of the NATO Parliamentary Assembly.
He's beloved around the world. All of our NATO allies, every time he showed up at a meeting, Jerry, there's Jerry, there's Jerry, and they just, everybody adored him because he's just an adorable, wonderful person, and I'm going to miss him.
Congressman Jerry Connelly was 75 years old. In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.